Okay ladies, vid 2 on this bike build with the 300 XCW. Some big problems that have to be addressed, and they're all bikes. And somebody goes, my bike's brand new, it wouldn't leak, it wouldn't have those problems. This is brand new, this has never even been started. Two problems that you're just gonna find are, one, this side crank seal, it's not in all the way, and rarely are they straight. In fact, I'll show you a pic here and you can see how down here on the bottom, it's pushed in further than up here at the top. So it is slightly crooked. Now that's an issue because once it starts running, it's not designed for this thing to be running on a crooked crank seal. It doesn't take too long, probably until this thing starts to leak. And you know what? Crank seal issues on these things are huge and they start to leak and it causes big problems. The second problem is when you do put pressure to it, the first weak link is this crankcase pressure sensor here. The bubbles come out big time at just 2 psi. But first, before we get to that, I'm going to go ahead and drive this seal in, and I'm just going to do it. I'm just using a 5/16 inch socket, 1/2 inch drive, deep socket. It's about the perfect size. You can sneak in there, and I'm going to drive this thing in to where it's sitting just about 1 millimeter inside of it, and then I actually silicone up the outside. All right, looks good. I use this now. It's Permatex, fuel resistant Moto Seal gasket maker. You know, I just wipe it around the outside of this dude where the metal meets the case. Why not? I mean, if these things are gonna leak, all the pictures I see of them, they're leaking on this outside. So if this is one more step towards butt coverage, towards keeping that thing from leaking while I'm already in there, why wouldn't I do it? Well, okay, it looks good. I like it. It's ready to go back together. This leads us to our next huge problem that always happens on these bikes. They leak big time. And I made another video about how important the pressure was in this top end, because your crankcase pressure sensor that's right here is your #1 input to the ECU, you know, as far as performance goes. So when it senses the pressure being off, it sends that signal to the ECU and it could lean it up or richen it up. Normally it richens it up to go into protection mode and you get yourself a bunch of, you know, valve plugs and blubbers and crappy running bottom end and just sluggish stuff overall, over oiling, fueling, everything that comes along with it. And it's a big deal. So we have to check the pressure in here. Now, one of the reasons that I did this, first is because I will show you that this thing leaks huge. The next video, you'll see how bad this thing leaks right here. The problem is, when this thing gets sealed up, is this thing going to leak because it was kind of cocked, and usually when it leaks around the outside of it until it gets running on a cocked seal, and then it would leak on the inside. So I needed to make sure this thing was 100% good. Now that it's good, I'm gonna button this dude back up. In the next video, we'll pump this thing up, and I just want you to see how bad it actually is. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully that helped. And yeah, if you buy one of these bikes, expect to do this stuff.